All right, let's dive right into this one. Today, we're breaking down a piece of tech called the Field Medic. The whole idea here is to tackle some of the most challenging environments on the planet by essentially putting a genius mechanic inside a box that works completely offline.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? Modern tech is absolutely incredible, but so much of it needs that constant connection back to the cloud. The second you lose that signal, well, you are on your own.
No, really, just think about that. You're deep in a mine, way out on an oil rig, or on a farm that's miles from the nearest cell tower. And the one machine you absolutely need just dies. What's the plan? What do you do next?
Yeah, this isn't some hypothetical scenario. For a lot of industries working out on the edges of the world, this is a daily crisis. A stable internet connection, for them, isn't a given. It's a total luxury.
So what we have here is really a perfect storm of problems. It's not just that there's no internet, it's that the machines themselves are getting more and more complex. Manufacturers are actually locking repair info behind digital paywalls and DRM, so you're stuck with an isolated technician, a busted machine, no way to get the manual, and a very, very expensive clock ticking away.
And when I say expensive, I mean it. That ticking clock has a serious price tag. For a remote mining operation, just one day of downtime can cost $50,000. That's the cost of waiting for one specialized OEM technician to get flown in. The stakes are just incredibly high.
Okay, so we've laid out this massive problem, huge costs, total isolation, and knowledge that's basically held hostage. So what's the solution? Well, what if you could put the mechanic right there in the toolbox with you? And here it is, the Field Medic. It's an AI that lives on a super tough tablet. The magic words here are autonomous and zero internet connection. This thing doesn't need to phone home to a server somewhere. All the intelligence, all the expertise is right there in your hands. And this is the hardware that makes it all tick. And look, this is not your average tablet. The Sovereign Deck is built to be dropped, to get dirty, to work in the worst conditions. It's got a specialized camera for getting a good look inside a dark engine, and, this is key, it has its own neural processing unit, an NPU, to run the AI right on the device. And that 4+ terabytes of storage, that's its library, decades of expertise right there. So we've got the problem, we've got the tool, now let's see how it actually works. Let's walk through what a repair looks like when you're out there, boots on the ground. First, let's look under the hood at the software. It's really made of 3 core parts. You have the brain, which is the actual AI that can see and think. You've got the library, which is that massive local database. And then there's the notary, which is super clever. It creates a secure, unfakeable record of every single thing you do. Perfect for safety audits and proving you did the maintenance right. And this workflow is just brilliant because it's designed for the real world. A technician, probably wearing gloves and covered in grease, just snaps a photo of some rusty, broken part and basically asks, "What on earth is this, and how do I fix it?" The AI takes that grainy photo, scans its entire library, and in seconds it has an answer. And we're not talking about some vague guess, like maybe check the fuel line. No way! Look at this output. It tells you the exact name, the official part number, what's wrong with it, and then it gives you a step-by-step guide to get the machine running again. That is direct, actionable intelligence when you need it most.
Okay, so just identifying parts from a photo is already a game changer. But honestly, that's just the beginning. This is where the Field Medic gets really, really interesting.
You know how a seasoned mechanic can just listen to an engine and know exactly what's wrong with it? It's like a superpower. Well, this tech digitizes that superpower. It's basically a stethoscope for machines. The technician just records about 10 seconds of engine noise. And the AI listens to that sound, compares it to a whole database of failure sounds, and then look at this. It gives you probabilities. It says, hey, I'm 85% sure you have a catastrophic bearing failure, and you should not run this engine. I mean, that's guidance that could save you from destroying a $500,000 machine. Okay, now let's talk about the real villain of modern repair. DRM, or Digital Rights Management. You might have heard it called limp mode. This is when a manufacturer puts a digital lock on their own equipment, and if you dare use a part they didn't approve, they can remotely brick your machine. They're basically holding your equipment hostage. And this is the knockout punch. The Field Medic fights back. The technician can plug the tablet right into the machine, and the AI acts like a universal translator for all those proprietary error codes. It tells you exactly what commands to use to break the digital chains and restore your machine to full power. So, You put all of these pieces together, and what you have is something much more than just a cool tool. This thing fundamentally shifts the balance of power. It's a major piece of ammo in the whole right to repair movement.
I mean, this slide just lays it out perfectly. The before is a total nightmare of being dependent and helpless, right? You wait, you pay, you hope. The after, that's empowerment. You're giving a junior technician on site the power to turn a multi-day, $50,000 crisis into a 20-minute fix. Because suddenly, 50 years of experience is right there in their hand. Now you might be thinking, okay, that's great, but can I really trust an AI with this? It's a fair question. And the system has some humility built right in. If its confidence score on a diagnosis drops below 95%, it stops and forces the human to verify. It's designed to be a co-pilot, not an unquestionable dictator.
And in the end, it all comes back to this one powerful idea: sovereignty over your hardware. The goal isn't just to fix something, it's to give people true, independent control over the very expensive equipment they already own.
So, I'll leave you with this thought to chew on. This specific tool is for fixing heavy machinery in the middle of nowhere, sure, but the idea behind it is so much bigger. What happens to our world when expert knowledge isn't locked behind a corporate paywall anymore? What changes when the only thing standing between you and an answer is your own curiosity to ask the question?